morning, everyone. That's the kind of view I'm liking out my kitchen window. I see the chicken over there on the ground, the black one. Hadn't heard him yet, though. He's just kind of standing there. She's just kind of standing there. Come here, Morris. You jump down, honey. You just liking to get some extra exercise? Hi. Good morning. Marty is in the house. He was out to use the bathroom and right back in. It's got down to 33 here last night. You want some food? I'm not going to yell at you this morning. Here you go. Wow, the water. We didn't have a lot of wind yesterday, so instead of coming out to huge amounts of crap in the water looks good. And Stripey, you know, slept inside and asked to go out after he ate his breakfast, and he's just not. He's doing his morning walkabout, which he seems to take quite seriously these days. Wow, nice color. There we go. Well, I appreciate having a light morning on chores today. We're gonna go walk. Don's 8:30 meeting got moved so he can leave as soon as I'm ready, and just walking over here to show you rustling in the pink in person. I really like the shape of this tree, and I really like the fall color. This one was I think this was probably an XL, and it was a good choice. Very nice tree. I'm not mad at ruby red stars, which is this one here, which also has a really nice shape, but it's yellow, sort of yellow. I don't know what color it was supposed to be in the fall. Location and all that stuff really plays a large factor in the color that you get, and this is not bad. It's just not, you know. I'm sure in the spring it leaves out red. I seem to remember all the new summer growth was red. Fireball, that pretty tree down there is Fireball. Abby's weeping, and Elizabeth, as well as Piva Ollie. They're all looking pretty and red, and the sky this morning, very nice. I mean, you cannot argue with the fall color this tree has. You just can't. It's gorgeous. We're trending warm at the end of the week, like they're talking about record highs. I could just do with normal fall, winter temps, not, you know, warm. Super warm. It's a really pretty morning. Sun warming quick up from 33, and not too windy. Hey, handsome.
Hey there.
Poor Don's there's a piece of plastic in the fence, been stuck writing a statement of work for 2 or 3 days now.
It's complicated.
Yeah, and he's not just putting fluff on paper, he's actually doing real.
Because I'm going to have to do
right, you're responsible for it. That candy wrapper. You just smiling at me. Anyway, Don's been statement of works.
Into the sun, so it's really actually
yeah, statement of work are not Don's favorite things to do at work, and so we're pulling for him to get that in a state that he feels like he can turn it over to the people waiting on it today. Sounds yucky to me. I don't think I ever had to prepare a statement of work.
Right.
I had to write a design document.
Right.
Review design documents. I like reviewing other people, throwing stones at other people's designs. Way the heck better than being responsible for my own design and having to go and integrate all the feedback from the wonderful people that would review the design. That actually kind of sucks. Too many hands in the pot, too many ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful day to be out and about. I've already had a garbage truck over the yellow line coming at me. Had to stop for him, get over, wait for him to pass. He made eye contact with me and acted like what was my problem. And it was a clear foot away from the white line on his side and then over on my, anyway. I thought long and hard about coming this way or the other way and decided I had a 6-minute cushion this way, which I was probably going to lose if I went the other way. And you gotta, you know, do what you've poorly planned for, I guess. That's because you think it's 35 here, but it's really 45. Wow. Back there at the last stoplight, I was contemplating, sorry, if I was going to beat the Honda beside me off the line or not, because they are obviously antsy to get where they're going. And we were both stopped. And Ruby came, you know, she came up to the light and it was red and she stopped. And I was sitting there thinking about going. And she started to take off and go through the red light. I mean, seriously, honest to God, she was stopped. I didn't touch anything. She was an FSD on standard. And she just started to go through the light and I had to stop her. So I don't know how she could have been confused, because when I looked, I wasn't looking at anything. Ruby's never tried to do that before. I looked down at the screen and she clearly showed that the light was red. I hit the dash cam button. You know, I can't pull the clips off onto my phone on Ruby like I can with Robot, unfortunately. But I can play it on the screen in the car and find the red dot. And I'll try to do that. But, wow, okay. So, I'll be paying a little bit closer attention in FSD today. I'm not going to not use FSD, but I will pay a little bit closer attention. Matter of fact, let's just get back into FSD. But yeah, she was ready to jump the gun too, apparently. I really don't think I sent her telepathy, you know, to tell her to go through the light or anything. I'm in Ruby to pull the dash cam video, show you the dash cam video for the going through the red light. And, you know, I pressed the dash cam by the time I got to the next stoplight, so the red dot's a little farther ahead. But you can see the light's red. It's really not flickering. Ruby's pulled up and stopped. I'm in FSD. I wish I had a way to prove it to you. I'm sure you guys believe me. Notice the car here. He's not moving. And you're going to see Ruby start to go through the intersection. And I had to put my foot on the brake. None of the other cars moved, just Ruby. You can see how far ahead she was now. And then when the light turned green, I was driving at that point because I didn't re-engage FSD at the intersection. But let's just watch it one more time. And now I'm coming around the corner here on Highway 55. Headed up. I'm in Holly Springs. I'm near the Target. And I'm stopping at one of these places that lets people get turned around on the highway. And again, the vehicle behind me stopped, and other cars have come up behind me and they're stopped. And the light's red. And Ruby just starts to go in FSD. And the other cars didn't start to go. And, you know, I hit the brakes, so I'm not in FSD anymore. When the light turned green, I went. Standard. I have it set to 75 max. We're in a 70 zone, and she's doing 61. With a wide open road out there. On the turnpike. There's a little more traffic out here today than normal, too. I'm not putting my foot on the accelerator, and I'm not kicking out of FSD. I suppose I could switch to, hurry. Okay, I've switched to hurry. Maybe hurry's the right answer out here on the turnpike. Now she tried to change lanes, and I stopped her. So now I'm driving. But why would she try to change lanes because I went into hurry? Does she think she needs to be in the leftmost lane even if her lane is empty? This Tesla has a student driver sticker on it. They weren't going super fast either, but they didn't get on where I got on. They were already on. So I have to wonder if that's probably just an FSD thing. You don't know. My drive on the turnpike today is not going as smooth as I would have hoped. Part of it's Ruby and part of it's that there's just a lot more people out here than normal. So let's see what she does. I engaged at 72. I'm still in hurry. Ooh, she's up to 73. Woo! I get off at exit 59, so there's not a lot of time. 74. Ooh. I assume Ruby doesn't have Mad Max mode. She does not. So when I moved the twist forward and backward, oh, so she started to change the lane then without the turn signal on. She did put it on, but she was already moving. There wasn't anyone immediately behind me. Oh yeah, I love changing back into the middle lane when there's a tractor trailer in the other lane. I just love that sensation. Well, I think it would be fair to say I'm not in love with 2025.38.9, and I also think it would be fair to say that FSD did not save me any stress today. But it did give me something to talk about. Well, at least in hurry, she got me up to 75. But you know, standard, you would think that, I don't know. I would have thought she could have gone 75 in the 70 on standard, but maybe not. Certainly the speed profiles now in the hardware 3 cars and the hardware 4 cars are not aligned anymore, with hardware 3 still having a lot of issues and hardware 4 mostly having the issues resolved. My opinion. Yours may vary. It's better. I think, can't we all agree it's at least now where this is a free flowing lane, so let's keep on flowing. That was okay. I would have, not slowed down as much there at the very end. But hey, she didn't wait till the end of the turn lane to get over, so that's a plus. She actually, got over in a nice amount of time. Okay, just when my ride on the interstate is over, I feel like we're getting into our groove. It can be that way with FSD sometimes, where one thing seems to lead to another thing not right, and then another thing, and then things aren't right. But once you get in the groove, well, she's in the lane I like her to be in. It's green. Will she smoothly go through? I'm looking left. Yep, she did. She even got in a lane I prefer to take. Well, that may be one of the best off the interstate or off of Highway 64 onto Highway 55 that we've done. So we're going to end on a positive note here. None of the people that paced the sidewalk are out here pacing the sidewalk today. My spot was free up higher, but there's so much debris and leaves in the parking lot. I'm scared the lawn company will show up while I'm inside and decide they need to blow right where Ruby's parked. So I went down the hill. Well, I'm feeling a lot better this week than I was when I came in last week. I can't really do I feel as good as I wish I felt? No. But I don't have to go in and basically cry on Janice's shoulder about how sore and hurting I am. As luck would have it, I was just about ready to take my nap when it was time to get up out of the chair. Oh well. I sit in the warm car and I'll be out in this heartbeat. I am headed across the Lowe's to get the fertilizer I wanted. Hopefully I won't have too much trouble locating it. Maybe the Japanese maple will be 50% off. I know, probably not. Well, Century, it'd help if I went into drive. Century did go off while I was in there, and one of the sidewalk walkers was out there and walking back and forth behind Ruby, back and forth behind Ruby. Well, they didn't do anything to Ruby, so no harm, no foul. It just cost me a couple of minutes of looking at the Century video before I pulled out. And the trees have arrived. And a place to take a family photo. Guardian Angel is setting up one for them. The Japanese maples are gone and they're not in the clearance section. I'm just checking out over here. This stuff's been marked down and is still incredibly expensive. I don't know if they just moved the trees, which is possible, or they just put them at 50% off and they went that fast. I'm trying to ascertain that now. Okay, they moved them all over here. I don't know if the one I was interested in is still here or not, but they're not marked down. So, I easily picked up the fertilizer I wanted for the camellias and azaleas, and that's all I got, and I left and I've scanned my receipt. I am disappointed that they didn't clearance them, I gotta tell you, and considering that they'd made the effort to move those large trees to a new spot, I would have to say they're not looking like they're going to mark them down. I could use some more vermiculite, so I'll probably be next week. There's no sense buying that today when I can come back and get another coupon, another receipt scan. So, Apex, here I come. I really like it. It has 5 lights and a solar panel on the back, and I think it's marked as is because the solar panel's not working. But you know what, wherever you put it, it's hard to get sun on the back side of stuff, so I doubt it would have charged up well anyway, and I kind of really like it. Really pretty, but I'm thinking too expensive to put out in the elements. I did get the Angel. She'll go down in front of the lattice work where I have a couple of the other statues. Although I may not put her out until spring. Why do the wear and tear of the winter when I won't be around there to, you know, see her too much. Between now and spring, I don't know, I'll think about it. I found a ceramic coat, brand new sauce, well, I guess frying pan, saucepan for Johnny down at the apartment. Looks like I got it for about $20 cheaper of new on Amazon, and I don't think it's been used, or if it was, I really don't, you know, the bottom of it's just as clean as it can be. Not that I'm opposed to it having been used, but, and they had I'm gonna guess it's a 12 quart blue, cobalt blue pot, outside pot, and it has one little chip in it, and they marked it as is $1.25. So for $1.25, I was willing for that size and a chip. The chip's not a big deal. I think I just color it in with maybe permanent marker and seal it with some clear nail polish or something. I don't know, or just ignore it. It's not a big deal. I don't know if this pot would be frost proof or not. It's typically the kind that I would take under the house. Oh, sorry, don't mean to be yawning for winter. And yeah, that's what I got in there. So I enjoyed walking around. It's going on 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, my 3D print that I've got going slipped on the printer, created some spaghetti, and Don, when he checked on it, he canceled it and cleaned the plate and restarted it for me, which I appreciate. I got lots of stuff going on, but 'tis the season to be pretty quiet about it. So you can just assume that stuff is coming off the plate and go from there, I guess. Still a lot of color here. Still a lot of leaves on the trees here. I mean, some of them are pine, but not all of them. Everybody's wishing me a happy Thanksgiving and acting like they won't see me next week. But as far as I know, next week's just a normal Tuesday for me. You know, as far as I know, Don will be taking off Thursday, you know, have a 4-day weekend. If he wants to take off more than that, that's great too. But I don't think we have anything going on Monday or Tuesday for sure. So better enjoy shopping with Michelle this week, because on next week we probably aren't going to get to shop. I know Christmas Eve, I'm going to say the Wednesday before Thanksgiving too, they might close early, like at noon or 1 o'clock at GA. They'll be open, but they won't be open, maybe not the full day. I mean, that's what we used to do at IBM. The managers would come around 12, 1 o'clock, something like that, and wink, wink, nod, nod. I won't be paying attention if you're at your desk the rest of the day or not, and we would head out. There were very few years that didn't happen, the day before Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, or depending on how the holiday with the weekend went. They would tell us we could leave early. In so many words. That was always appreciated. We looked forward to it. We'd always have a potluck too. If not at Thanksgiving, we definitely had a potluck at Christmas. Well, I guess everybody's got family in town already and trying to get their shopping done before the weekend, because there's a lot more, there's 30 more cars here than some Tuesdays. Which does beg the question of, do I want to come to Whole Foods next Tuesday and deal with any crowds? A lot of times there's no parking here, or at least certainly no parking I'm comfortable with. So I'll have to give that some serious thought when I'm shopping today, try to get things so I won't need stuff. So I did try to buy enough stuff at Whole Foods that I don't have to go to Whole Foods next week. I did. And I may still go to the chiropractor and Guardian Angel Apex. Maybe I'll ask Michelle if she wants to shop Tuesday. But I will buy any last minute grocery items I need at Harris Teeter and skip the Whole Foods parking lot crazy. That is Thanksgiving and, well, Christmas week too. I got pretty much what I needed in there, and it wasn't too bad. A couple of people, did stuff I thought wasn't the nicest, but that's pretty much every time you're out anywhere now, so I guess I should just get over it. As Dawn said, my only problem is that my expectations still haven't shifted with conditions, so I don't know. So, a couple months ago, I guess now, we had an Amazon package that wasn't delivered, and saying that they couldn't deliver. There was all these restrictions about deliveries and stuff, and apparently were some company-wide things, but there were also some things just coming out of Garner, the warehouse near us that supplies most of our stuff. And after that, I was really worried, like, oh my God, Amazon's not going to deliver to me properly anymore. And that turned out not to be the case, and It's really just been that one time until last night. They apparently came after dark, did not enter the driveway at all, and just marked my package as unable to get to the front porch is what the driver put. And had they entered the driveway, I would have turned on the garage lights immediately using an A command, and they would have been able to see, and well, that's why the vans have headlights, right? But my point here is, other than the fact that hopefully they're going to redeliver that item tonight, it's actually an item that I bought and then they made the price cheaper, and they don't have any way to say, hey, you lowered the price within, I don't know, let's make it a reasonable thing, 30 days, 15 days, 14 days, something. You lowered the price, and can you get me the difference? So what you have to do is order the thing at the cheaper price and return it at the bad price. So I was going to make the return today at Whole Foods, but since they didn't deliver it last night and I'd like to have it in my hands before I return it, I didn't end up doing that today. So it inconvenienced me. Besides, it irritated me. But yeah, they said they wouldn't come down. You know, they didn't have access to the front door, so they couldn't deliver the item. And I guess what I really wanted to say is I've had it with basically all delivery companies, every single one of them. All of them. Amazon, UPS, FedEx, Laser Ship, whatever you want to call the Walmart one, which seems piecemealed together to me at best, at least where we are. It's all little drivers. There's no real deliveries. I'm just really frustrated because the thing that I'm most upset about is we don't have just the same 2 or 3 drivers all the time. Like, I want to know the UPS guy entering my yard and the FedEx guy and the Amazon drivers. And look, I get it that maybe, especially during the Christmas season, that there would be more than one, but there should be 2 or 3, and it should be the same 2 or 3 all the time. And then when they come a little later, because it's this time of year, they've been on the property before. They know where the door is. They know that we're not the, you know, mass murderers up at our house or something, that it's safe to come down there. And really, honestly, I've got lights at the bridge, lights on the front porch, lights through the family room window. There's no, I can't see the house, especially this time of year as the leaves have come down. I guess I'm a little agitated and I'm driving, so I'm driving fast. Yeah, jeez, FSD. You know, they could tell people were home and it was up there. So it would be nice if I had bothered to navigate home. I did take the turn signal off and she actually listened to me, and now I've navigated home. Didn't the car know? Didn't Ruby know I was headed to the house? So I don't know. Hopefully your experience is better than mine, but somehow I doubt it. I see posts on Fuquay Verena Facebook groups all the time. The ladies, the what's up, all of them like, does anybody know this front porch? My package got delivered here today and I don't know where this house is, and I'm trying to catch up with my package, and you know, what happened to my package? Because apparently they can't deliver to the right address. So I know it's not just me having trouble, but some days it just seems like I'm in my own world of trouble with these delivery people. So I have what didn't coming today, I think. And then I have 2 things I ordered yesterday coming today. They actually didn't give me, if they offer me a bigger percentage on my credit card, that person was actually one more lane over too far where they turned from. That was really weird what they did. This person in the Chevy. Yeah, you can get over, Ruby, if that's really what you want to do. But anyway, so we'll see. I've got several things coming. I hope they're going to make it today. I set up a routine. If the camera at the end of the driveway detects a vehicle, detects motion, it will now turn on the garage lights automatically. So because I did get a motion alert at the mailbox, and I looked to see if there were any deer down there, and there weren't. Well, I went to the live view, and I guess, I don't know, it's the difference between where they were and who picked up what, but they weren't on the Ring camera. So I don't know, but they must have, I guess they were out there. They triggered the motion sensor, but not the camera sensor. And they must have been down there and then decided they just weren't having none of that and left. Must be nice to work for a company where you can just, you know, decide not to deliver packages when your job's to deliver packages. And I guess it could look scary at our house. Maybe it looks scary. But I go back to my point where if we had regular drivers, they know the driveway, they know how to turn around, they know who us, because we come out with a smile on our face to greet them and sometimes give them a tip. And they come, you know, they would come to the house. But when you send people that don't know, so maybe it was that one driver again that wouldn't deliver it the last time that decided she wasn't delivering it this time either. I don't know. I didn't get a phone call yesterday though asking me if I could go to the street to meet them. In which case I would have said, here, let me turn on the baseball field's worth of lights and please bring it down to the house. That's what I would have done if they had called. Because let me tell you, I can light it up. That color right there is why you plant oak leaf hydrangea. It's working on it. If we'd ever get some actual cold air for more than, you know, an hour or two. Well, this is next up on the Christmas hit parade. I've got one more of those sets with the Grinch to do, but I decided I'd like to do Santa next. He 761 pieces. I will not finish him tonight. That's at least a 2-night thing for me. I've got a picanha roast in the oven, and despite the fact that it's totally pitch dark out there, it's only 6 o'clock. But there are 7 bag numbers, and actually only 7 bags. And you know, I built the big minifigure guy. That's the same size as this, you know, just blue pants, red shirt. I don't remember now. Well, there's a difference between the one that I, right there, the one that I 3D printed, the little astronaut guy I just built, the skeleton I 3D printed, and then the actual minifigure, which is blue pants, blue hat. Okay, so he's back there. So he's going to be the size of that, a little smaller than the 3D printed size, but a little, but bigger than the astronaut, something like that. Anyway, we'll see how big he is when I get him built. He says he's 10.7 inches by 6.9 inches. I completed the first 2 bags, and I'm going to stop because the meat's almost done. There were a lot of people that commented on the center part of the belt being printed and pinkish, and the rest of the belt being white, and it was driving them nuts. I'm going to choose to just not see it. You know, I love working with technique or robot style bricks, and, you know, the connections for the arms and the legs and things. There's a lot of fun internals inside this guy. It's just not all red on top of red. And I like that. The box says 10 plus, and I'm going to say a little older, I think. It was hard to, insert the, God, I don't know what you would call this. The, it's a round piece with the crosshairs in it. The button inside of this joint here, and then it was a little hard to get the yellow across, and it kind of needs to be, it's not quite even, but I will get it even. It kind of needs to be even. So I think the set would be fine for a 10-year-old, except for, God, even an adult might need help with this little piece here. I used the hard countertop to push the rod because I couldn't push it with my finger. This would not have been a good thing to try to assemble in the car because oftentimes I need the counter to straighten things up or line things up or push things through. Something I can't damage. I'm loving the set and it's a ton of fun. I'm just commenting that yes, 10 plus, but with a small amount of adult assistance needed, I think.